Lend me your ear. I got something you need to hear. Turn the volume up so it's loud and clear. A podcast where we talk about politics and culture, unscripted, no limits. Like a 504 soldier, we're not pretenders, ain't no agendas. Our only plan is to keep it 100 and do it for the fam. Yeah. What up, what up, what up?
What's going on?
I'm 6 Mil, keeping it true.
It's your boy KG.
Welcome to episode 34 of For the Fam podcast.
Today's a memorial episode, man.
Why?
Stacey King episode. He did wear 34 the first 2 years with the Bulls. So we got a Stacey King episode.
Are you pulling at my heartstrings, man?
Yeah. Got to, man.
Can I go slash sweetness?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. But for those that don't know, Stacey King passed. Well, we got word of that just a couple hours after we stopped recording.
Yeah.
And it's looking like it might just be a slip and fall accident.
Oh, wow.
In his own home. So they haven't officially said anything yet, but sad, man.
Bias, but I think he was one of the best color commentary dudes in the business.
Oh,
I mean, he made games entertaining.
Beep beep, drive home safe, Chicago.
All of
man.
that. All of that, man. All of that. Give me the hot sauce.
With some hot sauce on it.
Yeah. He made games very entertaining, man. So
I didn't realize he had been doing it that long. It's over 2 decades, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I know he started out with Neil Funk, and then Neil Funk retired.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it's been 20 years, bro.
Yeah.
That's
I think
crazy.
it was like 18, 19 years, somewhere around there, maybe a little bit more.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right though. Rest in power to Stacey King. It's all good. Before we get into today's topic, I gotta do some housekeeping. Last week we did 10 best black villains. I want to make a redaction.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
I need to take somebody off this list, and I have to add Mr. T as Clubber Lang. And I don't know how I didn't have Clubber Lang on this list, man.
He was great.
He was excellent, man.
Especially that scene when he was talking to his wife.
Hey, woman.
Yeah.
Hey, woman. He was excellent, man. Hey, look, he told Apollo, "You better get that bad look off your face before I knock it off." Clubber Lang is on the list. If I have to take somebody off, I guess I'll take the Will Smith off the list, since he's sort of not a villain. I'll take Will Smith off, and I'll add Clubber Lang to the list. I got to do it. My apologies for leaving Clubber off that list. Yeah, without a doubt. So anyway, what you want to get into today, bro?
Man, today we're going to talk about this whole SpaceX IPO.
Launched. Yeah. It's
or as I like to call it, the stagecoach with gold rims on it.
Yeah, man, this guy is just an unsavory character, man. I mean, from Naruto to the Tutor, he is just an unsavory guy. But go ahead, bro, kick us off, and by the end of this discussion, hopefully you guys will understand why we're saying that this guy is just shady.
So I'm gonna do something a little different. Obviously, we're gonna have pros, we're gonna have cons. I'm gonna start off with the pros of this.
Okay.
So people understand that we're not just about to just shit on the whole thing.
I am. I don't have any pros.
This is all I got.
Okay.
As far as pros, no, all the other notes are not.
Okay.
So the pros. Beneath all the hype, the AI and all of that stuff, Starlink is basically the golden goose right now. $11.4 billion in revenue in 2025, which is 61% of the company's total. And they hit 10 million subscribers earlier this year. They raised $75 billion in a single day. So SpaceX no longer has to beg private billionaires or banks for money. Because let's be real, most people don't know that's all he did. You know what? I'm on pros. Hold on, we'll get to the cons. They've got a war chest, so they don't have to worry about any money anytime soon. Major stock indexes are fast tracking SpaceX into their funds. We'll get to that, what that means. The hardware and software monopoly he basically has with XAI and the SpaceX umbrella. Zero competition. Because Boeing can't compete with this because he's got reusable rockets. So those are the pros. Now I'm going to let you go ahead. I got my cons list too, but I'm going to wait.
So there are a few things why I say that this deal is pretty sketchy. One of the first things that and this is just my opinion, and let me state for the record, I'm not a financial analyst. I don't trade. So take all of this with a grain of salt, but the information is factual. Whether you agree or disagree with it is a different argument. That's a different conversation, but the information is factual, right? So what was really I guess I need to go back to the beginning, right? And what makes this such a groundbreaking, extraordinary event with SpaceX going public. My first criticism is the fact that even though this is going public, the way that it's structured, you can invest your money, but you don't get any real executive power. So he keeps, I think, 80% of the
80%.
executive power, which basically means that you can put your money in, but you do not make any of the decisions. So whatever he decides was best for the company is what's best for the company. And none of the shareholders or anything has any say so.
Or the board.
Or the board, correct.
What the hell would you want to sit on that board for if I can't?
Correct.
Nah.
Correct. So that's the first thing that I think is pretty sketchy or shady with this whole deal. The other thing that's pretty sketchy, and there's more, but I don't want to take up all of the oxygen. The other thing though that I think is really shady is the absorption of Grok XAI X/Twitter into the SpaceX.
Because there was no money to pay the damn investors.
And that part right there. And that's what a lot of people are really up in arms about, is the fact that this looks like a way for him to overvalue Twitter and recoup some of the money for the investors, because as we all know, Twitter has been a loser since he has taken it over. So that's the other thing that's kind of shady, is that this makes Twitter/X more valuable than it actually is or should be, which is just a way, like I was just saying, for him to recoup his money and to recoup the money for the investors who lost their asses investing in X/Twitter.
So here's my problem. $2.1 trillion valuation. Okay. So what Wall Street is telling us is that Elon Musk is a time traveler. He's already gone to the future to see
that part,
that it's going to be perfect. If a rocket blows up, if a deadline is missed. Now, I'm not saying it's going to plummet the stock, but historically we have things that have happened where stocks have plummeted after that. So you're valuing 2.1 trillion. It's only worth 780 billion, but you're valuing it at 2.1 trillion, forcing companies forcing the NASDAQ 100 to list it. You're forcing them to list it.
Right. Do you know what the product is? The product is a floating data center. That's excuse me. That's the product, y'all. And I'm not kidding on this.
And his data centers are gobbling up $2.4 billion a quarter.
Well, the whole thing, the SpaceX has been like a loser for I think last year, I think they estimated that it lost $4 billion or something like that. So that's another thing that I find particularly shady, is how does a company that is losing money become more valuable over a span of 6 months or however long that this deal has been in the works. It is super shady, but yeah, the other thing is it's all a gamble. There are some skeptics who say that this floating data center idea will never happen. And there are some who say, yeah, it will happen. Now, the projected rollout is 2028. But after 2028, does this stock start to lose its value? You know what I'm saying? And the other thing that's sketchy, if you have a 401k, and this is how it affects the rest of us.
Yeah.
If you have a 401k, you most likely have a management firm running your 401k. They're going to see this stock and how it's performing, and most likely invest our 401k money into this stock. So if this thing blows up after 2028, we're stuck holding the bag.
Especially with the companies that both of us work for being leaning heavily conservative.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, you know they're gonna go into the SpaceX
Yeah.
water.
Yeah. Yeah.
You mentioned the space. Oh, the dollar amount was, you were right. $4.28 billion a quarter is what they're burning. We're gonna be left holding the bag.
Without a doubt.
And here's something too. I think it's between 90 and 180 days that you, between 3 and 6 months that you have to hold.
Yes, exactly. You are correct.
So historically, what we've seen from Facebook, well, Meta did the same thing a while back. Not on this scale though, obviously. These billionaires are going to sell. They're going to sell, which supply and demand. You're going to put more out into the market. Everyday people who just want to be a part of something are going to start buying up those shares. But when those shares hit the market, the stock price is going to plummet. We know that because that's how it works.
I'm still stuck on the fact that there's no real product. That's the part that I can't get past. Is this is all hypothetical at this moment. There is no proof that this floating orbital database is actually going to work. That's my whole thing. Is we're giving this guy all of this money based on an idea at this point.
We've been, and the thing is with him, we've been doing that for so long. People think that he invented Tesla. No, he didn't. He bought the company and forced the damn geniuses out. Bro, do you know I had that discussion with somebody a few years ago? And they, man, I could tell they were ready to fight. Do you know that next day they came back to work? He said, and I had no clue that that dude did what he did to those guys that invented Tesla. I was like, yeah, bro.
You know, he has like 52 government contracts, bro. 52 government contracts. He's not a genius. He's a grifter.
And you know what's crazy? With that $2.1 trillion valuation yesterday, he has become a systemic threat to the entire economy.
Yes.
Like, he is a threat.
He is a bad comic book villain.
So that 2.1 trillion is the equivalent now of the economy of
how many countries?
Canada or Brazil. Let's just use Canada. One company. Can you imagine the ego, what he's doing right now, other than looking like a damn goofball yesterday? But
I think I seen someone say earlier today that he could spend $1 million a day for like the next 100 years.
It was more than that. It was hundreds of years.
And he'll never go broke.
Yeah.
That's insane, bro.
Now, here's the thing. And here's something that I had some people come at me, friends, like just through regular conversation before in a group chat text. To me personally, and I know you and I came up in this era as well. Well, I'm worth $200 million. Okay, how much cash you got on hand? $3 million. Okay, then you ain't worth.
Right, you worth $3 million.
You worth $3 million. Now, I know that financial people would be like, "Nah, that's not how it works."
Right,
I understand.
Right.
But for me, How many people in the top 10 wealthiest people in the world can produce, like literally produce, $780 million in cash?
Mm-hmm.
I say maybe 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I might be wrong. Somebody might listen to this a couple hours from now and call me an idiot. But there are very few people I personally think actually have that type of cash on hand. Now, I understand building assets, but as I just said, all it takes is one rocket to crash.
Yeah.
I've heard people saying, man, this is about to make cafeteria workers millionaires. Yeah, until something bad happened and they ain't got no damn money in December because the damn billionaires are going to get insider information,
Right.
sell off before everybody
Right.
else.
Right.
They're going to sell off at hundreds and hundreds of dollars a share, where the average cafeteria worker is going to sell it at $24 a share and just get enough money to pay 2 months of mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no damn millionaires.
There and I've seen someone also saying this morning that some of the people within his organizations, because of this high evaluation, did wake up as millionaires
Mhm.
because they had, existing stocks, whatever.
But they
So
can't sell it.
yeah, yeah,
I'm sitting here, I got a piece of paper in my hand that says that my portfolio tells me that I'm worth $3.7 million.
yeah. But it's not liquid,
And
basically.
by Christmas, it might be
Yeah,
$42,000. Now, is that still a lot for a cafeteria worker trying to make it to get by? Absolutely. But this whole, and then celebrities, like they out there just, man, this is a great day. I'm like, what?
it
And they're too big to fail.
that's exactly what's going to happen, though.
It's going to hurt people. It's going to hurt this. Like I said, I know I sound like a broken record, but it's going to trigger, especially with the 401k. We saw what COVID did.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly. If this doesn't go according to plan, the government will step in and basically bail out Elon Musk.
Especially if there's a conservative in office.
And is yeah, exactly. And it's crazy because
Well, no, a Democrat will have to now too, because
Mhm.
the damn economy will collapse.
Correct. What was I about to say? Oh, like so this all makes sense now. Remember when he was talking trash about Trump for like all of 2 weeks about the Epstein stuff and all of that, and then he had to go back and crawl on his knees because of the government contracts. So this guy
Broke. He'd be broke without them.
yeah. This guy is basically eating off of us, the US taxpayers. So yeah, richest man in the world, he owes a lot of that wealth to the US taxpayers. So 1.75 trillion, give some of that back, bro. Give some of that back. I want to see like some cancer research. I want to see some things like fully funded because you can't spend all of that money regardless. So it's time for you to start giving some things back. You've been eating off of the US people for all of these years because of your government contracts. Time for you to start giving back.
You know what this means? This just means he's about to really, really lose his mind and go gung ho and think he's gonna build a whole civilization on Mars.
Well, yeah, we're just
But you know
idiotic.
what I say?
Go.
Go.
Yeah, go.
Goodbye.
Go. Yeah. Completely idiotic.
Have at it.
You know what else though? He's also just like he tried to influence the US election. Or what was the other one in Germany? He was trying to influence
Oh yeah,
their election
when he did that they
because
had
he
him
got so much
swear.
money. He got so much money to spend. Imagine how many elections that he can influence with this amount of money and how many world leaders he could basically have doing his bidding because hey, you wouldn't be in your position without me and my money. So you owe me. And that's why I call him a bad comic book villain at this point. And that doesn't even include like the 35 kids that he has. And I know it's not 35, but he has an extraordinary amount of kids. And I think only 2 are conceived naturally.
Well, a lot of them don't even rock with it.
Yeah.
A lot of
No, but I'm saying like they're all like artificial insemination type.
Mhm.
Gosh, I was about to say something. Only two are conceived naturally. I think I'll just leave it like that.
So real quick, and I want to make a historical comparison. Go back to RCA
Mm-hmm.
in the 20s. So the hot new technology was commercial radio.
Mm-hmm.
People took out loans just to buy stock on RCA. What happened in 1929? Stock market crash. Everybody lost everything.
Mm.
The only difference is now he's using AI and spaceships.
Mm-hmm.
Back then it was the commercial radio.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's, and of course radio was big because I mean we've seen old movies, everybody sitting around
Sure.
listening to
Sure.
baseball or
Sure.
Orson Welles.
Sure.
And then the stock market crash happened. Nobody was expecting that. We weren't expecting COVID.
Mm.
Some people would say we were, but we weren't expecting it. It tanked some of our 401k for a little while.
But RCA did make a comeback.
Yeah.
I mean, they were.
But the people who took out mortgages,
Yeah.
mortgages and home loans,
Yeah.
with this, I'm about to be rich.
Right.
And do you think the people at RCA went broke? Nah.
No.
You just went broke.
Yeah. And that's the same thing that'll happen with him. Even though there is a financial risk to him with trillions of dollars, it'd be like a drop in the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be okay. He may lose his richest man in the world title, but as far as him like standing in a child line, nah.
He may have to disappear for a little while, go to the Caribbean, post it up in a $10 million house for a couple of weeks. But
Yeah.
right.
And the other thing that I think we need to state for the record, none of this is illegal. and I want to make that clear. We are not claiming on this podcast that any of this is illegal because it isn't. It's all legal. Is it sketchy? Is it shady? Hell yes. But it's all legal, which is why we need to really reevaluate this capitalism thing and this financial market.
I don't think we said this yet. SpaceX is trading at 92 times its past year's revenue.
It's legal.
So 1.3 trillion of the 2.1 trillion valuation is basically based on hope.
It's an idea. That's the part that when I was researching this, I'm just like, wait a minute. There's no real product here. There's a phantom product.
And I'm not mad at the IPO launch. I'm not. I'm mad at the valuation because it immediately put us all in harm's way.
Right.
Now, if you would have came out, valued it at 900 million or hell, right at $1 trillion. Yeah, you would have overvalued it by 200 or 300 million.
Right.
But that's not 2.1 trillion.
Right. It's nuts. It's really, really nuts, bro. And we allowed this to happen. That's also the part of just like we're allowing this to happen. In this age of the tech bros, the billionaires are bad guys. Why do we continue to prop this guy up? I don't get it. I truly don't get it, man.
We allowed a man to drive to put a car on the market that is uglier than the AMC Pacer and the Gremlin.
I agree.
Tell me that one of your kids didn't bring home, that was hanging on that there refrigerator at least once in their life, that they didn't bring home a piece of paper that had a car that looked just like that. Or if you haven't drawn a car that looked like that.
We're talking about the truck, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But every day I drive past one. There's a
it's just straight lines.
Dude, it is by far the ugliest
It really is.
car I've seen personally in my lifetime.
It really is. it really, you only buy it for the status symbol.
150 grand?
Yeah. Only for the status symbol, bro.
Which I don't even know how that's a status symbol.
Because the price tag. Because if you're driving it, people know you spent a lot of money on it.
He is a prime example of what Marlo was talking about in The Wire. My name is my name.
Yeah.
That name has afforded him to be able to live this luxury. Oh, Elon Musk, it must be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up with Donald Trump's name on buildings everywhere. We didn't know anything in our young ages about the grifting, at least not all of it. It's the name.
Right.
We put that name up there. The name, it ain't worth shit.
We as society, when I say we,
Yeah,
prop these
yeah.
guys up just because they have money. Not because of any real accomplishments. It's only because they have money.
I personally don't understand it. Like I think I've said to you or before, there's only two people that I would ever be starstruck on. And I've met one of them. The other one I'd probably pass out. But two people, that's it.
Who are the two? I'm curious.
Well, I met Scarface,
Okay.
which was cool as hell. And the other one's Mary J. Blige, man.
Really?
Oh, yeah, man. Love Mary J, man. Love her to death.
You wouldn't be starstruck about meeting MJ?
No.
Really? Interesting.
I've met 6 celebrities
Mm-hmm.
in my life. I've gotten, one was an asshole, Tyra Banks. She's an asshole. Common was cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I met Anthony Mason.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at Circuit City.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, huge.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Ross, Scarface, and that's it, I think.
Interesting. So if Mike walked in here right now, you would be like, "Oh shit, Mike!"
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna dap you up for this and that. But I guess what I say is like when you see like people just fawning over these people.
Yeah.
Like they can't function if they don't watch
Yeah.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, hey man, I just met Mike. Cool as hell. What I look like 50 years old passing out over Mike.
I hear you. Totally unrelated. What do you think about his baby mama out there spilling all that tea and being messy?
Who?
Elon's baby mama.
Oh man, I don't pay no attention to that.
You don't pay no attention to her? Okay. Yeah,
There was some stuff a couple years ago where when he had those 2 kids back to back, well, I guess, and we know he paid that lady to have that baby, and then he paid her off, and then she was mad about something. I forget what I saw her on, but nothing surprises me.
Yeah, it is. This chick is not just spilling tea on him, but spilling tea on like the Republican Party. Period. She and you know they say hell have no fury like a woman scorned. But yeah,
I know it.
she out here being messy and she's spilling a lot of tea. Anyway, let's leave that right where it's at because I don't know what to make of her either. I'm like I've listened to a few things and like okay that's interesting, but then it's just like how much of this can I actually believe?
What you do? Run out of money?
Yeah, you know, and she's like she's had this awakening, and I'm just like,
only awakenings I acknowledge is the '90s show in Chicago.
Hey, that's going back.
Man, I used to love that.
Let me just stop right there. Anyway, yeah, so that's our discussion for this week about the SpaceX and the IPO and why we think it's pretty sketchy, pretty shady. Anything you want to add to that before we move on, bro? All right, cool. Well, let's move right along into our current events. You got a current event you want to talk about, bro?
I do. So I want to talk about somebody's feelings getting hurt overnight.
Okay.
So a name was taken off of a building overnight.
Okay.
There were people posted up, like influencers, news organizations posted up, but they didn't see what happened because this egomaniacal maniac put scaffolding up and then put a curtain up so we wouldn't see his name being taken off of the Kennedy Center.
I thought the judge.
No. They did.
Okay.
But he put a curtain up so nobody could get it on camera and share it.
Yeah.
Do you know how much of a narcissistic jackass you have to be to be like, well, I'm just gonna put this curtain up? Like you couldn't see it at all.
Well, he filed an appeal though, right? To try and get
lost it.
They already ruled on the appeal already?
But they pulled it down overnight. That's what I'm saying.
I thought it was still up.
No.
Okay.
But he put a curtain up so we couldn't see it being taken down.
Yeah, I hear you.
But the bigger kicker is this. That building was dedicated to someone, which means it is an act of Congress.
Correct.
You didn't have the authority.
Correct.
Ever.
Correct.
To put your name on the building.
Correct.
Not only that, you didn't have the authority to replace the board. I'm
Correct.
sorry, the trustees.
Correct.
And I'm not just saying that because we don't like the dude.
There are protocols. Yeah, you have to go through Congress to do any of that.
It's a memorial.
Mm-hmm.
But you know why he did it. I know why he did it. And so his name lives on after he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same reason that his name is on all these buildings.
Correct.
And physically, he only owns about, 10 buildings total? But his name is probably on 50 across the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's another thing. People think, oh, his name's on it. He owns it. No, the fuck he doesn't.
You know what would be great karma? Let him just slap his name up on all of this stuff and live long enough to see the next Democrat president go take his name off everything. That would be perfect karma.
It just amazes me that you thought, like, if any other president would have done this, we'd be having the same conversation. If that shit would have been the Barack Hussein Obama, John F. Kennedy Jr., we would have been like, what the hell is he doing?
But that's just it, bro. No other president would have done it. That's the part that all of these MAGAs don't understand. No other president would behave in this manner.
Because they wouldn't have been thinking about it.
They'd be focused on actually running the country instead of this vanity project where I'm just going to put my name over here, put my name over there. I'm going to do this and build a ballroom and all of this other just idiotic shit.
But it's also why he didn't argue, fight, moan, bitch, and complain publicly about it for a long period of time, because he knew it was wrong. He did it because, let me see how much I can get away with.
Right.
That's why he did it.
Right.
I mean, and look, he's not the only one that does that. A lot of rich people do that shit. Let me do this, and see how much I can get away with.
Sure.
And that's what he did. And when he realized that a judge was going to step up and be like, no, you can't do that. Yeah, you're going to file an appeal because that's what you do.
Yeah.
You're convicted of a crime. What do? You file an appeal because it's your legal right to file an appeal.
Yeah.
And he lost. And he knew he was going to lose.
Yeah. You good on that?
That's all I got.
All right, cool. I'm a stick with our guy.
Hey, we didn't talk about him last week, at least I don't think.
Yeah. And I'm gonna talk about this UFC fight on the White House lawn, this 250-year celebration. The first thing I want to mention is the corruption aspect of it. And this is why we have been calling him a grifter, because he bought stock in UFC. So he is profiting off of this fight that's taking place at the White House. That's the first thing I want to highlight, is the corruption that he's going to profit. The other thing I want to highlight is, how does this celebrate America as a country? And how does this benefit anyone other than him and his rich buddies? This has nothing to do with 250 years of America being a country. None of it. If anything, it's the exact opposite. This is a stain on the country that you are putting this monstrosity at the White House, that you have these people fighting at the White House. What is this, like the Roman Colosseum? Are we back in the gladiator times? Do you want to sit there and have these guys fight and then you give them the thumbs up, thumbs down to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? It's so idiotic. And it's just like, I mean, it's just dumb, bro. It's just weird. I mean, what's next, bro? You gonna add some lions? You know what I'm saying? Had these guys getting chased around the cage, and it's all ridiculous. What are we doing here in America? What are we doing?
The only difference now is that the fighters are actually getting paid
instead of being slaves and forced to fight.
Instead of being sent back into the fields.
It's nuts, man. It's nuts. I mean, just like this whole thing is just so, one, is tacky. Is super duper tacky.
Well, before we started,
yeah,
when I pointed to the TV,
yeah,
it was that picture from the front, and it was like 15 to 20 feet higher than the White House.
Yeah,
$60 million to build that structure, man,
of taxpayer money.
Some of it. I'm air quotes.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the other thing. He keeps telling us, oh, this is going to be totally funded by such and such and such and such. And then we come to find out that the taxpayers are actually the ones footing the bill for this. It's unbelievable. And again, the grift isn't sophisticated. We can all see it.
Yeah.
But like you were just saying, it's just, let me see how much I can actually get away with before someone actually says anything. Back to the karma. Live long enough for your assets to be frozen and you get audited and freaking go to jail.
Another thing too with him, I always like to mention this, even though it sounds like it has nothing to do with anything. He is prohibited from running charities in New York.
Because he's a crook.
Think about that. The president of this country,
Mm-hmm.
the leader of the free world, his companies are currently prohibited
Mm-hmm.
for the foreseeable future of running charities in his home state
Mm-hmm.
because they've been convicted of stealing
Yep.
charitable funds.
Yep.
But nah, here you go. Here's the economy.
Yeah.
It's yours.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, like, literally, people, just look at his stock trades that he's made just in this second term. You don't even have to go back to the first term.
Mhm.
Just in this second term, just in a year and a half, look at the stock trades that he's made and how he has profited so much from being president, and the fact that he buys stock and then he promotes those companies, which is insider trading. It is a pump and dump.
Mhm.
You raise the value, you cash out, let it tank, and sell all your stocks once it starts to fall. Is again, it's not sophisticated if you know where to look, but it's unbelievable just the amount of shenanigans. That's the word I'll use that we let this guy get away with. Anything else you want to put on that, bro?
Mm-mm.
All right, cool. All right, y'all. Now we're going to move into our rant about a random topic. My favorite segment. You got it right, bro? All right, go ahead.
All right, so profanity warning. Profanity warning. Profanity warning. So there is a rapper who came out a couple of days ago and said something about something he saw online. And I'm going to repeat what he said. This got to be AI. If not, who just said they're going to start wearing thongs? This is the worst generation ever. This is just sick. Rappers wearing thongs is about to be a fashion. I'm going back to sleep. This world is coming to an end. Now, to the actual video that he saw online. ASAP Rocky was performing,
Mm-hmm.
jumping around on stage, whatever. Pants was sagging.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he had on flesh-colored boxers
Mm-hmm.
with a black trim.
Mm.
So, I guess with the lights dim and the flashing, looks like a thong.
Mm-hmm.
So this person takes to social media, mentions it. Now, this person also a couple of years ago posted this for his son's 14th birthday. Profanity warning here. Love you, son, with all my heart. Pop's going to see you tomorrow. Got a bag for you and a bad bitch to give you some head.
To your 14-year-old kid?
14-year-old. The same person went on the Breakfast Club, went 10 toes down, doubled down, because boys have different desires than girls. Then at the same time, talked shit about his own baby girl, where she had to make a public video to say he won't even talk to me face to face and handle this in house. This same person has talked shit about Gabrielle Union, Zaya Wade, Dwayne Wade, and most recently he said he didn't want any trans people at his pool party, right? Caused a big stir online. Now, here's what I agree with that. It's your pool, brother. It's your house.
Yeah, invite who you want them.
You invite who you want.
Yeah.
But you wanted to make it public because you know that a lot of us rock with you. And a lot of people were rocking with you because about 15 years ago, you got a gun case, I think it was, and you got way too much time. A lot of people running around here, free this dude, free this dude.
Now I know who you're talking
So
about.
now I'm just going to end this with 6 words. Lil Boosie, shut the fuck up.
All right, y'all. That's the episode for this week. We'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.
I'm so sick, man.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, I don't have anything to add to that. You said it all. For my word, I'm going to get a little bit personal, something that's near and dear to you and I.
Mhm.
Last week, for my current event, I was talking about summer gatherings and cookouts, etc. And I was saying that we need to really put a focus or an emphasis on this gun violence and especially this youth gun violence. Unbeknownst to us that a close friend would lose his niece to gun violence later on that evening. To the family, we just want to say condolences. You guys know that we care about you deeply. Thoughts and prayers. And if you need us, we're available. I also want to say, and this may be a little somber, this may be a hard truth, but it's something that we need to recognize, acknowledge, and hear. Our babies are being killed. Here's the dark truth that we need to hear. Some of our babies are killers. We need to do better. I don't know if this is a parenting thing. I don't know if this is just a societal issue. I don't know. I don't have a solution to this problem except to say we need to do better. Too many of our young Black boys are getting killed. Too many of our young Black girls are getting killed to senseless gun violence. And a lot of times, it's another young Black man or a young Black girl that's doing the killing. Come on, y'all. I'm open to suggestions. You know what I'm saying? We need to collectively put our heads together and find a way to just knock it off. I mean, for real, it ain't cute, it ain't cool, it ain't. We can't even go anywhere. I was watching the news and I seen some idiots got into it at a water park.
Oh, yeah.
All type of children, families hanging out at the water park, just trying to beat the heat on a hot summer day. And now some fools out here shooting, fighting and shooting at the water park. Literally, stay your dumb ass at home. You don't know how to act, stay at home. I want to say something else, but I'm not going to say that. I'll tell you after the show what I really want to say.
I already know.
But y'all, we just need to do better. All right. All right. Please. Let's figure this thing out. Let's do better. That's my word, bro. You want to add anything to that? All right, cool. All right, y'all. We're gonna try and lighten this thing up because I know we just took a dark turn. It's time for 5 on the Black Hand Side movie review. And the movie we chose this week is Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. The Wayans brothers, well, I shouldn't say the Wayans brothers, Sean and Marlon's first attempt at a spoof. Go ahead, my brother.
So I'm about to fess up to something. Man, I forgot to look up the year it was released,
Okay.
the whole shebang. I got everything else,
Okay.
but I just realized, oh shit, I forgot to look that
Yeah.
part up.
Yeah. I think it was 1996, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because I know it was before either one of us left back
Yeah.
home.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to say it was 1996.
So as my brother was just mentioning, it is a parody movie, and I want to run through the characters, who they're. You know what? I'm gonna run through the characters, the parody target, and the source movie.
Yeah, because and I think this is like very generational. So in order to get some of the humor, I think you would have to have seen those particular movies. But anyway, go ahead, my
Because a
brother.
lot of this generation only know them from the Scary Movie
Correct.
franchise.
Correct.
This is where it started.
Correct.
So you have Ashtray,
Mm-hmm.
which is a parody from Trey Lyles, who was played by Kane Lawson. Well, no, or Kane Lawson, Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society.
Mm-hmm.
Lope Dog,
Mm-hmm.
which is a parody of O-Dog and Doughboy,
Mm-hmm.
Menace to Society and Boys in the Hood. Dashiki, who is a parody
Sharif
of Ronnie, Justice, and Brandy from Menace to Society, Poetic Justice, and Boys in the Hood. Ashtray's father, which is a parody of Furious Styles from Boys in the Hood, who just so happens to be 3 years younger than his son in the movie, which is hilarious.
But there's a reason for that.
Yeah. Preach, who is a parody of Sharif and Ali.
Yes, sir.
Menace to Society in South Central. Crazy Legs, who's a parody of Chris, rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Boys in the Hood. Toothpick, which is a parody of Ferris and Eileen's cousin, who's that actor, man, he's on life support. He's fighting for his life right now.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. Officer Self-Hatred, which is
you tough.
which is Bernie Mac, played parody of Officer Coffee from Boys in the Hood. And then, of course, Grandma is a parody of Delilah Benson from Dead Presidents. So, you want to add something?
This movie has no plot. If you're trying to think of a way to go through the plot, this movie has no plot.
I was scrolling down. I'm like,
no.
Wait a minute, where do I start?
Yeah, no. There is no plot, bro. So just go for it.
So we just gonna jump right into it.
Yeah.
So some of the funniest scenes. So the father-son dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Ashtray's dad is played by someone who looks the same age as him, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
He sits down with Ashtray and he says, I quote, "I'm your father, Ashtray, but I'm only a few years older than you.
Yeah.
Because teenage pregnancy is a real problem in the hood."
Yeah.
3 years older than him.
Yeah.
Bro, when he was reading his father a bedtime story before he went out for the evening, I couldn't stop laughing at that.
The reason why that joke is in there is Lawrence Fishburne is only a few years older than Cuba Gooding Jr.
Right.
That's why that joke is in there. And I think he even said in the movie, "What can my parents tell me? They're only a couple years older than me," or something like that.
You brought to my attention something else, and I think you remember this when we were talking about the Cosby Show one day, and you were like, "Well, bro, Felicia Rashad is like 8 years older than Sandra." I said,
"Yes, sir.
Nah."
Yes,
And
sir.
then I looked it up right there.
Yes, sir.
It was like 9 years or something like that. Which is insane.
Insane. Yeah. So that's why that joke is in there. And if you knew what they were referencing, you got the joke. It was funny. It was just a throwaway line if you didn't get the fact that Lawrence Fishburne and Cuba Gooding Jr. are really close in age. I think it's like 6 years or something like that, which is why that joke was in there and why it was funny.
But for all those people who like the Scary Movie franchise, it's, obviously most of it is a parody of Scream. And then there's a lot of different movies, Haunted House and all of that. That's just pissed. So this movie did that before all of those.
Right. This is just a spoof of all of the hood movies that we've referenced several times in this podcast. And like I said, some of the jokes are generational. You would have to have seen those movies to get some of the humor, and some of it is just timeless. I like this is going to be graphic. I'm sorry, y'all. I like when he finished having sex with the girl. First, to go back to that, after he had his run in with Officer Self-Hatred.
Oh yeah.
And he walks in and he's just smacking all of those kids. I'm sick of this shit. Pop, pop, pop. And he just knocking her kids out.
I forgot about that.
And then they have sex.
With all the food?
Yeah. And then like 2 minutes later, she said, "I'm pregnant." Man, I lost it, bro. Lost it. I love that scene.
What did he grab? And she was like, that's for the kids' lunch.
Yeah.
I forget what it was. But that fool was driving the mail truck
Yeah.
like Poetic Justice.
Yeah. Yeah.
As parody for Tupac.
Right.
He had that damn USSR nuclear missile
In the
back
back.
with them
Yeah.
fools rolled up on it.
Yeah.
Oh, Keenan Ivory Wayans is the mailman.
Yes,
So
sir.
every time there was a funny scene, he would yell message.
Message.
And it was a message if
Right.
you knew the movies.
Right.
But
Right.
if you didn't know any better, you like, why does this dude keep saying message?
Yeah.
But it was pretty funny.
I love when they were at the cookout and old boy had that mirror talking to the dude who was sitting next to him. And he like, hey man, hey, pass me a knife. He's like, keep it low, keep it low, keep it low.
Oh no, he pulled out the mirror when he said, hey man, is that old boy talking to your lady? And that's when he grabbed it.
Oh, is that okay. Yeah.
Hold on, there was another one with him. When he was talking about lock me up, throw away when he did the whole spiel.
Yeah.
Of course, I won't say it.
Yeah.
We don't want to say that out,
Yeah. You're talking about the suds.
Yeah. Dashiki's kids.
Yeah.
What she had, about 8 kids?
Yeah.
Man, she had white kids,
Asian
black
kids. Yeah.
Asian. And I'm talking not mixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
She had a white daughter,
Yeah.
a white son.
Yeah. Yeah. When he kissed her, what'd he tell him? Fool, don't you know you just kiss every dude in the cookout?
When that fool pulled his pistol on that girl, put it to her head, said, give me your number.
Yeah, all of that stuff I thought was great. I thought of course Bernie Mac is Bernie Mac, and his
hate
little
black
speech.
pepper.
Yeah. I hate Forrest Whitaker, the black of Forrest Whitaker neck. And most of all, I hate that black ass Wesley Snipes.
When you talk about Whoopi Goldberg's gums,
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker's neck.
Yeah. Just the legendary Bernie Mac. That was awesome. I didn't like the breakdancing scene in church. That I was like, yeah, that totally didn't work for me. I'm like, get rid of that.
That was funny though, man.
You like that, bro?
Watching them old ladies.
Man, I did not like that scene at all, bro. The two dudes standing next to each other with the cell phone.
Hey, you ready to roll?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, that was absolutely hilarious. The panhandler who was begging for money, then went and got in his Benz and drove off. Yeah. And that's real. Don't give money to panhandlers, y'all. That's just a tip. Most of these guys are just hustling and they're not broke.
Buy them some food.
Yeah, exactly.
I never forget having somebody downtown was like, nah, man, I'm cool. I ain't hungry. You got some money? I ate that for leftovers the next morning.
Yep.
I ain't even say a word. When he said it, I just kept
Yep.
I was like, all right.
Yep, exactly. Because if you're really starving, you take whatever somebody give you.
Now, I feel you. You want some bread. That's cool. But are you hungry or not?
Right. Most of the time, they just going to go buy a drink or go buy some drugs. That's a whole nother topic for another discussion. I'm trying to think what else did I absolutely enjoy. I love when he was having the talk. And he was like, Daddy, what do you do around here? Man, I don't do shit.
Oh,
my mama pay all my bills.
Man, that fool cut that shit in the back of his head.
Would that kick me or something?
And put ammonia on his hands. Man, when he opened that ammonia, I was like, oh, he about to put ammonia on the back of his head. His grandmother.
Yeah.
And you hit like a bitch.
Yeah.
Fire! Yeah. Knocked her ass over the table.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. So many. Like I said, there is some timeless stuff. There's also some stuff that you had to have seen the movie to know what they were referencing. All in all, though, I enjoyed it. Like I said, it's their first one. Scary Movie was much better, but of course, the more you do something, the better you get at it. So yeah, for their first crack at it, I thought Don't Be a Menace was pretty good.
And I'm glad, speaking of Scary Movie, I'm glad they were able to get that franchise back.
Yeah,
Paramount definitely stole it from them.
And it sucked.
Yeah.
You could tell the difference when they took it over. It was just like, these aren't even funny anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, you added some people that we
Some
hadn't seen
big
before.
names. Yeah,
And you're
sure.
like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like the kitchen scene,
Yeah,
Kevin Hart, Leslie Nielsen, and
yeah,
Drake Bell.
yeah.
When he shot him with that nail gun, he caught it. The fool was like, "Oh, it's a lot easier than you think." That fool shot Kevin Hart in the hand. He's like, "No, it ain't."
You know, I love when him and Anthony Anderson was laying in that tent, and he was like, "I'm just trying to grab some nuts."
Oh, when he reached back,
Yeah. I'm just trying to grab some nuts, and there was like some Zag nuts sitting right there.
I saw the blooper for that.
I know they probably laughed 1,000 times.
I saw it before I came here
Oh, really?
because
Yeah,
algorithm.
yeah,
Oh, well, he looking up "Don't Be a Menace," or he
yeah,
looking up "Don't Be a Menace." The algorithm took me to that, and of course, with the movie just coming out not too long ago,
yeah.
those bloopers are everywhere. But yeah, Kevin Hart was laying there. He's like, "What's up, man?" And when he said it, Kevin Hart just lost it,
I
just
bet.
bust out laughing.
I bet. Yeah, yeah. That was yeah. I don't know, bro. Anything else you want to talk about as far as this movie go?
Nah,
All right, let's go ahead and rate this thing. Whoo, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a 3. I don't think it's as good as Scary Movie, but like I said, for their first crack at it, I think it did the job. It made fun of a lot of those movies, probably the same way that we have in our own private time.
oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna give this a solid 3. Like I said, I don't think all the jokes hit. I didn't particularly like the Reverend part, him telling the deacon, like he was pimping him, you better go get my money. Pass that tray around. And why the preacher gotta have a big house? And why the preacher gotta have a big car? Yeah, all that stuff didn't really it didn't land for me. But for the most part, I thought most of the jokes landed. So yeah, solid 3 for me.
So the only reason I'm gonna give it a 3.5 is because I believe that this movie is timeless.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that when we're 60, 70, if we get an opportunity to watch it, we would still laugh
Mm-hmm.
at 50 to 60% of the things
Mm-hmm.
that's going on. Because you know as well as I do, there's movies you've watched one time you thought was really good, but you're just like,
No, on the rewatch they suck. Yeah.
I just don't have no desire to watch that again.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel you. All right. All right, cool. All right, y'all. That's our movie review. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. I gave it a 3. KG gave it a 3.5. And we're going to roll right into our closing monologue. My brother, the floor is yours.
Appreciate it. So over the last 4 months, we've watched our young people having some issues in the city, as my brother just talked about. The police tell us juvenile homicides are rising, but we can't just talk about percentages. We're talking about kids.
Correct.
The city tries to react with stricter curfews, task force, but a 9 p.m. curfew doesn't heal a broken community, and it certainly doesn't empty a loaded gun. We are literally seeing 14-year-olds pulling triggers, reaching for firearms before they even figure out who they are, convinced that violence is their only currency. And the crisis is on all of us now. We have to stop treating this as a passing crime trend because this violence isn't happening in a vacuum. It is knocking on our front doors. As my brother just mentioned, it hit our family over the last week with Jada being shot. She was an innocent bystander caught in someone else's crossfire. But to us, she's not just a tragic headline. She was looking to pursue a career in the medical field, and tragically, she was only a few weeks away from graduation. She wanted to spend her life healing others, and instead, her future was stolen. Sorry, everybody. When a stray bullet takes the life of a bright, innocent girl, it shatters the whole community. We don't start fighting for these kids now. We aren't just failing our city, we're losing our families.
Amen. Amen. Take a deep breath, bro. Take a deep breath. All right, y'all. That concludes episode 34 of For the Fam podcast. We hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I know we got dark at moments. I know we got emotional. But still, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, do some research on the SpaceX IPO. Fact check us. Let us know what we missed. Let us know if you agree, disagree. Just let us know. You know what I'm saying? Like we always say, you can find us on every major streaming platform, including YouTube, audio only. I got to end with the homework assignment. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. Share this with 2 friends. If you're not new here, thanks for tuning in. Share this with 2 friends. Help us to grow, because that's what it's all about, y'all. You know, the faster we grow, the more we grow, the better we can get, and we can transition into maybe doing some interviews and things like that. So we got ideas, but we need your guys' support. All right. So we're gonna leave it there. 6 mil, keeping it true.
It's your boy KG.
And we'll holler at y'all next time. Peace.